Now as we move on, our next part of the show and our fun part of the show, the hymn zone, as we continue to do each week, folks are paying attention a little bit as a little joke. We see what's going on there, but we're going to leave it alone. A lot of good stuff going on across the league. We want to highlight him and not him each week, our best and worst performances of the week. Alec, I'll pass to you first. Who was your hymn of week 10?
Yeah, I'm saluting to a former Trojan here first off the top. You couldn't even put the Lions picture up.
I already had it queued up. Yeah, it's SC UCLA week. I knew. I was like, do you realize what he's doing right now? I was trying to see if you could catch it, but SC, man, I'm gonna show it out this last weekend. Go ahead.
For sure.
UCLA guy, give us our praise right now. Go ahead.
And it hasn't been just this past weekend. Like, he's been great for most of this year. I think he's had four straight games with 100+ yards. In his last game against the Chargers, he had 8 catches for 156 and a touchdown. He looked dominant out there against the Chargers. I mean, the Lions in general looked dominant. Their offense was clicking on all cylinders, but he's part of the main cogs that makes this offense go. And Goff is looking for him, and with much success as well. So I had to give him the nod there. He's been great for several weeks. There's just been guys that maybe had bigger weeks, but he's been great nonetheless too, and had to give him the recognition this week.
Salute to the Trojan, man. Yeah. I appreciate that. Real good stuff there. Now as we move along, that was your him. Definitely good stuff from him. Hope he continues to build on that as things go along there. Someone else who's been showing out for sure the last few weeks, but all season now. C.J. Stroud versus the Bengals put on a real professional performance. That whole Texans squad deserving of praise in this moment. Will make C.J. the face as he has been leading the way for them. 23 of 39, 356 yards, 1 touchdown. Which while 1 touchdown seems low, the way he played in the game for those that watched, he clearly was him during that matchup. Going toe-to-toe with Joe Burrow and the Bengals squad, who we are described as the scariest team in the league right now, didn't back down and wasn't fearful of them and stood in there and got the job done. While down a few guys, he was out without Damian Pierce, was without Nico Collins, and guys like Tim Dell, who's been rising, stepped up in this last game. Guys like Noah Brown stepped up in the game and got the job done as needed to get them over the hump versus the Bengals squad. And folks are now jumping to say not only is he the clear Rookie of the Year offensively, but he could be an MVP discussion as well as what he's doing to turn around the Texans squad so fast. Do you agree with that, or you think that's a little premature?
I agree that he should be in contention now, just with how they've been playing, how he's been playing the last couple weeks, especially. Pretty big offensive explosions as far as the yardage totals and the 5 touchdowns the previous week. I think he definitely should be in the conversation. He's maybe not a top 3 or top 5 guy, but he's climbing up the ranks because he's been really, really solid for them.
Got it. Yeah, really, really impressed by him. Again, I don't know if I'd say him discussion worthy yet either, but definitely offensive Rookie of the Year for sure. Love what he's doing, continuing to build things up there. I hope it continues for this season and his career as they decide to see Houston turn things around there. So good stuff with them. Now going to the flip side, I guess I'll carry it over real quick and pass it back to you. On the flip side, Cuba that we had high hopes for, Cuba that we saw as MVP worthy potentially, but did not look that at all. Trevor Lawrence versus the Niners, man, just got steamrolled. My Lord. I even picked them to be the upset of the week. I thought they've been rolling the past few weeks, could carry that over versus the Niners squad. But the Niners with Chase Young, who also proved me wrong. I also talked about the Niners not winning the trade deadline. I said Edward Cleveland, the lineman for the Jags, was the better pick. Chase Young kind of just steamrolled all, and Nick Bosa just rolled all over them guys and tore up Trevor Lawrence in that backfield. ETN didn't do much better. He's down here on the floor because he was on the ground 2 times too. So it was just bad all around for the Jags squad. They lost 34-3. Didn't really have a chance. There's a funny clip going around. I think it was Nick Bosa or somebody saying they don't know what they're doing. And
it was like, you're right.
We're kind of we're stuck out here. So they just got picked apart this last weekend at home as well, which is even more demoralizing. And it makes you look at the Jags a little different as we saw them as a true threat this year, going up against another squad we saw as a real threat, and it wasn't even close. So just how you view the Jags after that game?
First off, I just want to offer my sincere apologies to the 49ers. I'm sorry that we picked against you because we both picked the Jags in that one, but
you're top 10 though, weren't they?
Yeah, that as well. That as well.
Yeah, okay. I didn't go that far. I didn't go out that far. You were
They put up
crazy.
11 for me, but even just picking against them like was foolish because yes, they lost 3 in a row, but they were healthy and adding Chase Young like to the squad as well too. So like getting back Trent Williams and Debo, like we saw what this team was when they were healthy. They were steamrolling over everybody. It was back to regularly scheduled programming for them. So Brock looked great as well. I just wanted to apologize to the 49ers because I messed up. Trevor Lawrence, he looked like he was seeing ghosts a little bit out there. That duo of Bosa and Chase Young is rough to handle for any offensive line, I'm sure. It was not a good showing for Trevor, so I understand him being not him.
I'll stand with you in that. I will also ask, I don't want to say concern you, but how do you view the Niners knowing that they have to be fully healthy to dominate as they do? Like, does it concern you that if somebody falls, they all of a sudden could flip as they did the last few weeks? Understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, no one's ever going to be fully healthy. But the healthy team tends to win. Like you need a little bit of luck to win the Super Bowl.
Yeah, but we saw that once Debo went down, that the offense wasn't the same. I know Trent Williams was also.
And I wouldn't. Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I think Trent Williams is the more important part of that puzzle because I think without Debo, I think they can still win this game with Ayuk and CMC and Juwan Jennings and others. I think Trent Williams is the like major key piece. Like we saw what he could do in pass blocking, but also in the run blocking. There was that clip of the dude running away from him on the block downfield. Yeah. He's a major presence.
Because people all say that, and it seems like that's what he's doing. He was pushing the guy to the sideline from what my So it didn't seem like he was running away because Trent Williams, so he only got the way. He also was kind of leading. I think that was McCaffrey to the sideline. And he stopped McCaffrey's run, consecutive touchdowns in the game. Not that one play, but in general,
not that it mattered at that point. But
So that was the surprise of the game, though. But Trent Williams, I think
Trent is the more key part because while Debo is great and versatile for them, I think Trent is probably the more important piece as far as that offense goes. I don't think they have to necessarily be 100% healthy, but they need Trent healthy is what I would say.
Understood. So we'll see how things go from there. But definitely a sad report from the Jags, and hopefully Trevor and those guys can turn it around going forward. Who is your not him of Week 10?
Yeah, it's Mayo, man. He's back. He's back, and not in a good way. That say like fool me one time, shame on you. Yeah, he had that 4 touchdown game against Atlanta. Spirits were high. Tennessee fans were excited. It looked like the Titans potentially found something there at quarterback. We always knew that he had the big arm. We saw that in Kentucky, but he was still like a bit of a raw prospect and not necessarily the most efficient. And we see those same issues rearing their ugly head. Now, this last game, he had, 19 of 39, 199 yards, 0 touchdowns, 1 pick. It just hasn't looked great. He had 4 touchdowns against Atlanta, and then the next 2, he has 0 passing touchdowns. Is completing just over 50% of his passes. So same kind of concerns that he had in college are still there now in the NFL. We see what it can be on the high end, the positive end, and we see the very lows. So he's got to be not him for me this week. And maybe with some development, he gets there in year 2, year 3 kind of thing. But I think as a rookie, like he's gonna take his lumps.
They're going to take his lumps, and took a few, as you see in this picture here. It took a few this last weekend, so we'll see what they could do. If they're a top 10 pick, you take a QB again this year and make it another revolving door of QBs over there, or do you stick with Levis and let him figure it out for at least a year? Was that one good game he showed enough to save him for a year, or what?
It's a good question because I feel like Tannehill's been talked about as someone that other teams may want to target to bring in.
It's about that time.
So it probably would be smart to draft another QB, but I think I would want to give Levis a shot. I mean, we'll see how he plays the rest of this season, whether that kind of answers your question.
Right.
But if he shows like some more promise, I feel like you'd want to give him a shot to start next year and just see what he's like after a full year under his belt, another training camp as the QB1. and seeing what you got there, because it hasn't been all bad. There has been bright spots even beyond the 4 touchdowns. Like in the Steelers game, he was making some good throws, like in the intermediate passing game, but he just like hasn't found a full connection either. Like with DeAndre after that first game, like he's targeting him big, but the percentage of completion is not there. So yeah, I feel like I would give him the opportunity, but I probably would draft a QB if you have that chance to get a talented prospect there. Yeah.
Got it. Yeah, we'll see. I wasn't fully convinced by that one game. I was going to kind of go to the route in regards to wanting to make sure you maybe have help around him again, kind of what I talked about with Kyler and all of that. But they already have Derrick Henry back there. They already have DeAndre Hopkins there. They have some pieces that already should be supporting him to at least have him look good. And even in that, they still have struggled. So maybe the line needs some more help and other things that can be bolstered up to, I guess, further do that. But also, even when he has had time, there was the one game against the Steelers that you said he did look good. But the last couple, he showed that that may have been at least slightly, I don't want to say fool's gold. I don't want to write him off that fast, but not fully able to believe that, I guess, that one appearance there. So, we'll see how it plays and some tough decisions for Tennessee going forward there. So, interesting stuff all across the board. Another fun week of performances either way. Let us know who you guys is him and not him of week 10 were. Let us know who you guys are looking for week 11 to have stand-up performances and all of that, and decide to get things going there in the comments. So we'll see you there.